Good morning. It is Thursday. Curt and Jen in the morning. How are you doing? How's your day going so far?
Thank you for sharing it with us.
Yeah, we did get some people sharing yesterday. Today, how about we look into some of these fun things that you've... burning questions,
Yes.
I guess. Burning questions. How much money is your time worth?
Well, what Americans think their time is worth, which is very high.
It's World Password Day. We have some things for that. I know it's lame. World Password Day. But there are things you're supposed to do.
You need to. We're just passing this along because people can hack your password pretty easily. So we're going to just pass along some. Hey, we're going to help you.
Yes.
Help yourself.
And of course, we are also going to talk about the grossest things. And we mentioned this yesterday.
That your partner does that you tolerate.
We've all got those things like,
Firefighter Pat was a little worried about what I was going to say. I revealed one, but not the other.
Okay.
Okay, I have a couple things for you right now, Curt.
Please.
What has happened to your face? For those of you who are watching on YouTube, there's like a big
gash?
cut on your right eye underneath your brow.
Well, let me show you what it looked like yesterday. That was, can I hold that up there?
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
I don't know
what
if
did
you
you
can see that.
do? How did you, what?
Well, I was trying to be manly, and I was
So there's your first, there's where you went wrong, right there.
using one of them, their power drills.
Oh no!
It was tough to drill into the. I'm drilling into metal. I'm using what?
What is it that you're doing though? Why
I was
are you...
putting up E-track in the trailer that we use for all of our equipment.
Okay.
Like E-track is the stuff that goes along the wall that you can secure like with a ratchet strap or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Pat has those for his trailer. Okay.
Right. So you're using self-drilling screws going into metal studs, and it takes a while,
Yeah.
So I'm like pushing this as hard as I can, and my face is right here. This is the problem. My head is right there by the drill, and you set the clutch on the drill so when it meets resistance, it stops. Right.
Right.
That's when it goes click, 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 click. Or you can just have it set to drill in and just drill.
And it just meets resistance on your face.
That's what happens. Yeah, I'm like going.
That's terrible.
So when the screw finally caught, the drill snaps around like that, and hits you in the head.
Oh my goodness, Curt Cruz.
And as you know, these head wounds, like on your forehead or eyebrow, they bleed a lot. So it was pretty gruesome. Actually, I liked it. So of course I sent a picture to Dana right away. Look at this.
Did she freak out?
So what did you do? Well, I got to do manly things every now and again.
Okay.
Your boyfriend does them all the time.
He does do them a lot.
But he doesn't. He has wounds all over his body from things.
He injures himself. Yeah, you should see
Pat.
his nails. They're like black because he just, I don't know.
It happens. It's part of the process.
I guess.
You're excited about a certain concert that's happening tonight and tomorrow.
JT in the house, but I'm not going. I'm bummed. But one of my very good friends, Jeanette, she has a countdown going for when she gets to go see Justin Timberlake at Climate Pledge tonight.
Well, we saw yesterday, we were looking to see if there were any tickets available, and it indicated that there were some $70 seats. Those were behind the stage. And
you couldn't even see anything. I can't even believe they can sell those.
You blocked seats or whatever. But the other ones, a buddy of mine paid, he bought 4 of them, and I think he paid, was it $1,200? Yeah, $300 a piece.
Who is he bringing? Does he need someone?
Actually, he's trying to unload them now because he doesn't have people to go. I mean, he'll take somebody, but they got to pay for their tickets.
Who this is?
Yes, but you got to pay for the ticket.
Oh, I don't want to do
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
I can't do that. I can't.
Charity case.
I'm mad at you.
I know.
I'm disappointed. I shouldn't say I'm mad. I am very disappointed in Curt Cruz, who claims to be the biggest Kraken fan in the entire world.
You're mad because I did not mention yesterday the fact that Kraken head coach Dave Haxtell was let go.
What?
I think I was still processing it. Okay.
No, Curt,
it happened on like Tuesday.
Bring this to the show.
And today is Thursday. So okay.
So why did they?
I'm ready to talk now. Yeah, you know what? I tend to. I'm not much of an armchair quarterback. If they say if it comes out that the decision was made for this reason and we think it's going to make the team better, it's like okay, I kind of accept that. It seems a little soon. Like so, first year was the first year team. Second year we went to the playoffs, the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yes,
second
I know.
round. That's pretty huge. This year they seem to be struggling somewhat, and there are rumors that there were. As they put it, there were members of the team, there were players in the team that had been there for a long time that were complaining. Actually, it was said, and again, I think this is all...
Okay, just keep going. They said what?
Some of the longtime players were saying, or had played in the league for a long time, were like, I don't want to play, I'm not going to play on a team if he's coaching.
Why?
I don't think they thought he was doing a good job. And again, that's just speculation.
Okay.
But as they say, some people are saying, well, he lost the locker room. That's what they call it when you don't, something happens. And, well, you know what I mean? It's like the coach doesn't...
They don't respect him anymore.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it was probably a combination of those things. But
I hope they bring someone in that can bring them to the Stanley Cup again.
It would be nice. It would be nice, wouldn't it?
I just want to share one thing about my hormone replacement therapy.
Please.
So you have to every week change the patch out, and you have to put the patch. I already talked about this, right? You either put it like down below kind of your belt line, or either in the front on your belly or on your back.
Right.
Well, the patch is kind of bothering me, so Pat's had to like tape it up because it keeps coming off. Well, yesterday, I had to have him rip the patch off me with the tape that he put on there, so that was uncomfortable.
Was that a decision? Did you say rip it off versus peel it slowly?
No, he's the medical guy, so he just did his thing.
Off.
And then I had to have him put it somewhere else, but you can't put it on the same place, so he had to find some place to put it on my butt. And then he's like, oh my God, I gotta wash my hands right now. I'm like, why? He's like, I don't want this estrogen to make me grow boobs. I don't want this estrogen's gonna make me grow boobs. I gotta get it off.
That's super accurate there, yeah. So you ended up having to put the patch in your butt?
Yeah, you either have to put it like I don't know, like on your upper butt, or like it doesn't work on my belly because I don't know why, because I have like too much belly fat or something.
Did you use it to cover your tramp stamp?
No, I don't have a tramp stamp. Anyway, I thought it was funny that he's like washing his hands right away because he doesn't want to grow boobs from the estrogen that got on his fingertips.
Guys would panic about that, I think, too. I don't know why. And it's too late for me, but Pat,
All right. Can we talk about this? Speaking of Pat, the grossest thing your partner does that you tolerate. I just want to get right into it because the answers that we got from people were blowing my mind.
We put this up yesterday on Facebook and everything.
Let's talk about what people said first.
Okay.
Debbie wrote in and said that her partner slurps his Invisalign when he takes them out.
So like...
Well, that's so you don't get like stringies.
Yeah, you'll get like a string of saliva, spit going to your mouth. I got to give it to him on this one.
This Daniel went a whole different direction. His wife mixes M&Ms and Skittles together and eats them, and I agree, that's gross.
So that's kind of chocolate and
fruity together.
It sounds like a big handful of sugar. Throwing some sugar babies there and a milk dud.
I know, but the flavors of M&Ms and Skittles together, I think is. Well, you know what? To each their own.
Well, I like the one from Shelley, and she's talking about her husband or boyfriend. Apparently, to take his meds, take his pills.
I read this.
Yeah. So your dinner, chewing up some food. He puts a piece in, chews it up, takes the food out, puts the pill into the food,
and then pops it back in his mouth.
That's
to take the pill.
That's how you give pills to a dog.
Well,
right,
but you don't pre-chew up the food first and make it into a ball and then shove the meds in.
Mama bird, then, right?
That is so gross to me.
That's
Rachel does not like that her partner cuts his toenails in the shower, and I have to agree. Can you imagine, like, what happens to those toenails? Then you step in the shower and they get embedded in the bottom of your feet.
They should go down the drain.
But if they don't all make it down the drain, you get a claw in your foot.
I think they make it all down the drain, or you have drain issues.
I don't believe that will be the case every time.
Well, my wife Dana has an issue with that too. To her, it's the sound, the snip, snip, snip. So I tried, and I got busted yesterday, quote unquote, busted, because she was
like the clipping sound.
She was in here doing her stuff in this office area.
Yes.
And I said, okay, here's a good opportunity. But then she comes in the bedroom, and she's walking through, and she's like, ah. So I don't know where
you're clipping. Where are you supposed to do it? Outside?
I don't know. I was in the bed, and you're gonna say, don't do it there. But I'm very careful about where the shrapnel goes.
Oh my gosh!
I don't know.
I like this one, the one about Heather.
Heather's her husband forcefully gags himself while brushing his teeth to get the phlegm out. I don't even know about that. I had a friend once that, for whatever reason, every now and again would just like go. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm just clearing my throat. It sounded horrible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now the real good stuff, Curt.
What do you want first?
We had Dana
My wife.
Yeah, Dana texted me what she thought was the grossest thing Curt does that she tolerates, and then firefighter boyfriend Pat texted you. Did you get a text from him about the gross things that I do?
The gross things that you do.
Where do we want to start? Do you want to share with me what the gross thing Dana does that you tolerate?
Well, that's kind of a tough one because she doesn't do a lot of gross things.
What does she do though?
She doesn't do.
Come on, come up with something. I really tried to rack my brain.
Gross things.
Oh, Curt.
I'm sorry.
This is something we should have been thinking about.
I will have it ready to go. You go ahead and do.
Okay. So Pat was very worried. Like, he's like, what gross thing do I do, babe? Because I'll just change it. Like, I don't want you to be grossed out. I'm like, no, I don't want you to change this. I had to think long and hard about something. And I came up with 2 things that he does.
Please.
I told him one of them. He's like, what's the other one? I'm like, you're going to have to listen to the show. How do you like that tease?
Okay.
Okay. The first thing is that this is the one I told him. He has a stomach of steel.
Right.
And he eats leftovers that are like weeks old.
Oy.
Like, I'm like, hun, how long has that chicken been in the fridge? He's
That
like,
just seems dangerous.
I don't know, just over a week. I'm like, no, you can't eat it. Like, chicken in the fridge for leftovers is only good for like 3 to 4 days, maybe 5 days.
Didn't you say weeks or months old? You just said
weeks. Like if it's a couple weeks old, not months, but if it's a couple weeks old, he'll eat it. He doesn't care if things are expired. Like, he just eats it. So, and I won't.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm out. I will not. No, I really want to throw this away. He's like, I don't like to waste food. I will eat it. I'm like,
wow.
Oh my God, gross.
Okay.
The other one is he's gonna kill me for this. He blows his nose in the shower.
And
I think it's gross. That's just something that I think is gross.
You seem to think that everything collects in the shower and doesn't go down the drain.
Listen, if you're like if you're air hanking it in the shower and then it like goes onto the wall or something. I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but it's bound to happen sometime. And then I see a big like snot loogie on the shower wall.
Don't you think if that happened, he would take care of that, or the person would?
He must, but still gross.
Dana does that too. She does the
air hanky. I will occasionally, but I like make sure I'm like right over the drain, right over it. Like I get low and got like
get low. Well, she sounds like she's got the honking goose sound. I guess that's kind of what it sounds like. I can't even do it. That might be the only thing I can think of as far as gross stuff goes.
Are you kidding me? There's nothing gross that Dana does.
Okay, this is not gross. It's not so gross. I mean, I'm trying to really. She's a scientist, so everything is very sterile and clean, and as far as that kind of, not a whole lot of gross things.
Okay.
And I think if she does gross things, she hides it from me. You know what I mean?
I don't hide things.
She does. She does wear flip-flops for far too long. I mean, like, not.
Is that gross?
I don't know, but
they're gross. You mean the flip-flops get worn out and kind of like.
She is,
crusties.
She says, my toes need to be free. So, bless her heart, even in the wintertime, flip-flops.
But flip-flops get nasty. You can see the outline of the toe crusties. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, because you're a flip-flop girl, too.
I do like flip-flops. The toe crusties.
Right. I guess that might be the closest thing I could think of.
Dana texted me finally, because it took her a while.
Okay, she had to think.
The grossest thing you do is you are constantly, she said the F word, but passing gas.
Oh, man. Well, define constantly.
I don't know, but are you doing it right now? At least it's not smelly if you're doing it in my presence.
No, I'm not doing it in your presence.
I have barely smelled it.
We did the show together, and you've known me for 20-odd years.
I know, but still, you could be passing gas all along, and you're just,
Listen, in the old morning show you worked with when it was Kent and Allen and Leonard, you said that was a regular thing.
They gave fart implants to each other.
Yes.
They would, get on each other. They'd put their butt on their one of their legs or on their butt, butt to butt, and they give each other fart implants.
I've never heard of that.
So
that's pretty gross.
They did that all the time.
However, so she used the word tooting, I'm sure, is what she says.
She used
tooting.
She used farting.
Hey,
farting. We shouldn't use that word. I don't like that word. Passing gas.
You know what? Why not?
It's better out than in.
Now, do you and Pat do that in front of each other or not?
No.
Oh.
No.
Well,
I mean, we're only a year in, just over a year in.
A year?
Yeah.
That should be starting on day 3. That's how you know if you're compatible.
Is if you can fart in front of each other?
Maybe that's not the best compatibility test. That's what she said. I knew she was going to say that too.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. What did Pat say about me?
Oh, he took the very, I mean, he's being very nice here, right? As far as things that she does, there's not much that really grosses me out.
Because he's a firefighter, so he's seen it all. I know
right here, especially due to the line of work I'm in. He's seen some gross things.
Yes, he's seen a lot of gross
things. There's a however.
Okay.
Her leaving her used Kleenex around to possibly be used again if there's still a clean area on it, I guess would be the nearest thing to gross.
You know this is...
There was one right over here from yesterday.
Yeah, I use it, and then I'm like, I don't want to waste this Kleenex with lotion. So I'll blow my nose on the end part, here, and then this part will be empty, and I can use that later.
In the meantime...
It just sits on the counter.
Yes. It just sits right there, or in the studio, as the case may be.
All right, you're right. I did it. I did that.
But you,
my snot rag.
But he didn't know, and somehow you've managed to do this. I guess I'm just special. But Jen Pirak can burp louder than anybody I've ever heard.
Really?
Oh yeah, you know you can, and you're proud of it. I can
burp loud, but I don't think it's as loud as anybody you know.
Think back to the movie Elf after Buddy drinks the entire 2 liters of Coke and then goes. Not that long.
I can throw some noise.
Yes, it's true. And you always giggle about it afterwards. And she goes, "Excuse me." But you've never done that in front of Pat. Because I brought that up to him. And he's like, "She didn't talk. She's never." He's like, "Nope, she's never really belched in front of me."
Oh, well, you're lucky, Curt.
Thank you. I feel very, very special.
She's a lady.
We were talking about being classy the other day. There's the classy with a K.
All
Jen
right.
Pirak is classic with a K.
I thought that was a fun little bit.
It was, absolutely. You have to tolerate things. And if you want to chime in, still do so. Facebook, Instagram, whatever.
Kurt
you can let
Jen
us know
in the morning.
the grossest thing that your partner
follow
does.
Us, please.
Yeah,
that's how we can grow our show and people watching.
People watching.
We
mentioned a little while ago that Americans have come up with an actual amount that their time is worth. You know, the old saying, time is money.
Yes.
That's an old phrase.
So tell me more about this, Curt, because how did they... they just asked people, what is your time worth and the average amount? Because this is an average amount is high per hour.
Well, we have this actually broken down by different, you don't call them eras, generations. I guess you call them generations now. They have the Gen X answer and the Boomers answer and the Millennials answer.
Yes.
Overall, the average answer to the question, how much is your free time worth? The answer was $240 an hour.
How much? What's 240
That's the equivalent
times
of a
40
job.
Times 52.
That'd be $49,000 a year.
I'm sorry,
$499,000 a year.
I was going to say, so almost $500,000.
Right. The average U.S. salary is about $60,000. So I guess people really value their time, or they think other people should think their time is valuable. Let's break it down here. The baby boomers, on average, said $137 an hour.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
A little more reasonable, I suppose.
A little bit.
They're like, okay. Gen X, that's you and me.
That's us.
$215 an hour.
That seems aggressive, but okay.
Gen Z, it goes up to $267 an hour. And millennials think their time is worth the most at $329 an hour. That one.
I feel like that tracks.
That one would be.
Do you think that?
$680,000 a year. If you're at $329,000.
How can we get a job that pays us that much money?
We can't. We cannot.
I mean, we have radio experience.
Who's going to pay us that much for an hour of our time?
I mean, we're worth it.
I would agree. And we're low at only $137 an hour.
No, we're
$215. Okay.
We said $215.
We're $215.
Millennials think it's $329 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
So $240 seems like, even as an average, an awful lot.
Wow.
That means sleeping is costing about $75,000 a month.
Probably
if you sleep 8 hours a day.
Probably should sleep.
All right.
Could make more money.
Okay.
World Password Day. The only reason I bring this up is I have a friend, Northwest Tech guy, who he was helping me set up my computer after, I had to set up a computer.
Right.
After the thing happened.
We all do. We all call our friend who knows that stuff.
Yes. So he needed to know a couple of my passwords. He's like, Jennifer. Yeah, he pulled the Jennifer out. And he's like, you need to get more protective passwords.
Right. And
for yourself.
Please tell me you didn't do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I didn't do that. But he is a big fan of using when they say we'll make a very strong password for you, and it's like numbers and letters that you'll never remember.
It doesn't even spell anything. There's no way you'll remember it.
I'll never remember it. He's like, that is why you use your password, whatever, your treasure box, whatever you call it, where you keep them safe.
You mean on the notes on your phone?
No.
Oh.
No, it's something
That's
different.
where mine
you have
is.
to have a passcode to get in, but then you have to have
Right.
a passcode to get to your passcode.
And then it's going to change again in a month with a lot of places because they have to update it, whatever. So
But
yeah.
he says it's important
It
because
is important.
because why? Because how long does it take people to hack into a 9-digit number?
Well,
6 minutes, Curt.
yep. If you just
6
have
minutes.
just letters, a 9-character password that is just letters or just numbers, I guess, is super, super easy to break into.
So I'm just passing this along, even
Right.
though it's a pain in the butt.
However,
there are tools to help you remember your passwords.
Right. But that thing where they say you have to include a number and
a character and a uppercase and a lowercase.
That is makes a big difference. So if you had a 9-character password that just had letters, that's the ones that I guess hackers can. They're in.
So just letters or just numbers.
If you throw in with your 9, 9-digit password, you have to like one character and one a lowercase or uppercase, whatever you want to do. That says that can't be right. 479 years to crack.
Well, that's why they're saying you got to make the hard ones, make hard passwords.
Okay. If you add all those things together, mix upper and lowercase letters, special symbols like an exclamation point or something like that, add all those things along with the numbers, a 9-character password would take 479 years to crack.
The bottom line is there's a reason why you should do harder passwords.
There is a reason. I didn't know that. I just assumed that if it was a harder password, it'd be like 15 minutes instead
I'm bored with this topic now.
479 years. Well, you wanted to talk about it.
I know, but now we're done. We're done.
Okay.
I like this one.
The top compliments. Well, everybody likes to hear a good compliment about their house, particularly when somebody walks into your home.
Yeah, but this does not make any sense to me. When I was reading the story, this is why I wanted to bring it up, and because I was on my way here, driving to your house to do this podcast.
You were,
and we were show prepping, as we say, on the phone while I was driving here.
Right.
And you brought up this story. You read me the headline and read me the first line, and I'm like, that is not true.
Well, again, the problem is that they asked people. If you don't ask people in a poll, then you're not going to get these crazy answers. I know it doesn't make sense as a poll. People were asked about the best home compliments. Most people said about smells.
Yeah.
How the house smells, even more important than how it looks. And about half of people said that they'd like to hear that their home smells good, right?
Of course. That makes sense to me. It's the next part that does not.
Right. Apparently, most people are looking for common fragrances, and they answered things like fresh laundry, ocean breeze, lavender. Some people said, lemon or citrus. But the other people that want to have the signature smells, strawberries and bananas.
No. What?
Strawberries and bananas. That's very specific, too.
I just don't even understand strawberries and bananas. I want my house to smell like strawberries and bananas?
Right.
Or that's going to get the most compliments?
I don't know. I think that one of the other ones would, people will light candles. You get that nice, whatever the candle
of that,
smell
but
is. But
okay.
Have you ever heard the thing about if your house smells like I think you were trying to sell your house, you bake cookies and put that scent in the air?
I can get. I can get on board with like fresh baked cookies. But strawberries and bananas, I cannot.
No.
So are there other compliments that people want to hear about their house, or is it just the smell?
Well, this is about a third of people say that they consider smells while they're preparing their home for guests to come over. So about a third of people. Do you consider that when you're hosting?
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%, but there's also the rule, or the thing that you need to think about is you don't want crazy smells in your kitchen because it interferes with the taste of your food, because you're smelling something but tasting something different.
Right.
So you want to put the candles not in the kitchen for sure.
That's a good tip. Good tip from Jen.
Yeah.
As far as that goes, just a real quick thing. That's why if say we're going out for breakfast. Mm-hmm. And somebody says, I'm going to go ahead and get a lunch thing. They're going to get like a burger and fries.
My daughter does that.
It's like, I don't like to have that burger and fries smell while I'm having breakfast food.
You don't?
No, it messes with my brain. It needs to be consistent. Funny. Consistency with what kind of food you're having. If people do walk into your home.
Yes.
There's a way for you to know if they don't like your house necessarily, but they still say something sort of complimentary about it.
So this would be passive-aggressive comments?
Passive-aggressive comments. Listen for this. When people get into your home and they say one of these things, it maybe means that, hey, you know what? Your house is actually a crack den.
What is it? Tell me what they'll say.
Was this a foreclosure? That's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Kind of rude.
They say, interesting design choice.
No. Okay.
Passive aggressive again, right?
Yeah, it is passive aggressive.
This home has so much potential. That would be insulting.
This is like, you can say this to people too. That's an interesting outfit choice. You have so much potential.
Yes.
What? Okay.
How about, were you in a hurry to buy a home? That's really kind of a slap in the face.
That's not even passive aggressive. That's just rude. That's just plain old rude.
Did the previous owner have pets? That comes back to the smell.
I don't like, we have 2 dogs in our house.
Right.
And I do, every once in a while, and I don't know if you've experienced this, like every once in a while, I do get a whiff of dog smell. And then I'm like getting the vacuum out, opening the doors, because I don't want that smell in my house. I love dogs, but I don't want the dog smell.
What do they call that? Nose blind? After a while, you just, you get used to it. And so does this house smell like dogs? We have 2 dogs.
No.
We had 2 dogs. Okay, good.
No, but my
Dana will be
sniffer's not,
happy.
like, we're all plugged
Right,
up. Both of us are plugged up. What's going on? Okay.
You know what? I'm going to do the last
nice.
one would be, hey, this home is perfect for someone like you. What does that even mean?
I don't know.
I don't like it.
I don't like these not kind things.
Well,
Not
avoid
at all.
using those when you go to somebody's house, by the way, because it could be interpreted
Curt,
one of 2 ways.
I want to bring up one more thing.
Please.
When I was driving over here talking about the show, you mentioned something about a pickle, like a pickle spritzer or something.
Yeah, I had. Yeah.
What was that about?
You know Clausen's pickles.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Clausen's pickles. I didn't even know this was a thing.
It's a pickle flavored wine spritzer.
And it's backed by popular demand because it sold out when they did it before.
And this is so. I don't know if do you like pickles?
I do like pickles.
All right.
And you know what I really love is I love a Jameson pickleback shot. Which I think you've not done it?
I have not.
Oh, I have
Maybe
not
tomorrow on this show.
tomorrow.
Clausen came up with this idea for the pickle flavored wine spritzers. This was originally, I guess, an April Fool's joke, but then it turned out people actually wanted more pickle flavored drink options.
So it's a spritzer. So tell me, is it like...
It's like a hard seltzer, so it's 6% alcohol, and I guess then
that's
94% pickle.
I feel like spritzer, I think of wine spritzer, but
Right.
if it's cider, more like if you describe it more like a hard seltzer or something,
Right.
that makes a little more sense, I guess.
You can pre-order now. You'll get them just in time for summer, by the way.
Should we order some and try it?
Well, you know what?
We shouldn't order something. The answer is no. We have no money right now.
Okay,
No.
that's the answer. I was just going to say there's some people that just drink straight pickle juice.
It's good for you.
It is good for you.
It's good for your electrolytes.
It
So
seems like
that's
it'd be
why
very-
the Jameson
very
pickleback
acidic.
shot, when you shoot the Jameson whiskey and then you do the pickle, it tastes good, and it also helps you not have a hangover or feel,
Could you also not avoid a hangover by not drinking?
Yeah, you could.
Just having pickle juice?
Hashtag not an alcoholic.
Not an alcoholic.
I'm
No.
not. I jest, people.
We all jest. All right. So I don't think I would get that wine spritzer either, by the way, but I wouldn't get any wine spritzer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I really want to talk about things that are overpriced, but still totally worth it. Like, what are the things that you'll pay extra money for?
Right.
Because it's worth it.
Do you want to offer suggestions now, or are we just going to leave it up for
like
Facebook?
luxury sheets.
Yes.
Like sheets. I mean, you're sleeping hopefully at least 8 hours a night. It's a good chunk of your day.
So why not get the? Well, you don't want
Like
the 250
the ones
thread
that feel so
count.
yummy goodness.
What's like
when you're all
what's like a
cuddled up.
terrible thread count? Is it like, do they have like 100?
Like one something?
Okay. What is your thread count that you like? 1,000.
Well, I used to have sheets that were the hotel collection from Macy's.
Yeah.
They were pretty nice. I don't
are
know
good.
what maybe, I don't know. What's
500,
high?
400, 600?
More? Maybe.
I don't know how
What
many.
about you?
Potentially. Whatever ones Dana picks out.
Here's the other thing. Shoes. A good, comfortable, cute pair of shoes. Like if you
Worth
can get
it.
all those things, it's usually going to cost some money, but totally worth it.
Okay, that's all we're going to get for now because
Yes.
we want you to tune in tomorrow. And in the meantime, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, all the things.
And if you could, like us, subscribe, love, share, all of those things help us to grow the show. So we would appreciate that. We love that you're listening. Thank you for letting us be part of your world. Make good choices, find joy, spread kindness, and thanks for listening.